Hello slot car fans, it's Doug here with a mail call, and I've got a few things that just came in here today. We're going to check them out. 3 little packages. Hopefully they'll be interesting. We're going to start with this little guy right here. Now this is nicely boxed, so I'm going to guess this might have been from China, but it doesn't really say that. Aha! Yes indeed. Very cool. Alright, these are some cars that I've really enjoyed running. These are some of the generic cars from AliExpress, and I've showed you guys these cars a few different times. They are some of the cheaper ones when you can catch them on sale, but they don't seem to have them that often. And Lou, over at Lou's Slot Car Testing, a little shout out to him. If you guys haven't checked out his track, he does a bunch of cool cars and tests them out on his track. Different scales and stuff on a 124 Evolution style track. But Lou, these are the cars I've been telling you need to get, because these are probably going to be record setters on your track. These are those little Mercedes looking generic 143s, and these have been able, or at least the one set that I have has been able to basically well, it's the fastest car around the track, period. That's all there is to it. Nothing else will keep up with these. And basically, I don't even race these against anything else. Whoops. I don't even race these against anything else. I only race them against each other, because otherwise it's just they have too much of an unfair advantage. But so I got 2 sets of them, which is really cool. I happened to find them on sale somewhere where I was able to get them really inexpensively through AliExpress. Every so often, the little shops on there they have a special sale, and then the little shops will say, well, if you buy this from me today, you can get it for super cheap. And I don't even remember how cheap these were, but they were really, really cheap. And they're some of the cheaper slot cars anyway. But like I said, they're just amazingly fast. They have strong magnets, and they're kind of small too, so they hug the track well. I think that they seem a little bit smaller than 143rd scale cars, although I think that's what they're supposed to be. I would guess them to be more like 147, 150, but who knows? Either way, they're really cool cars to run on the Carrera Go or the Evolution, or a modified Carrera Go or an Evolution, or most other tracks that don't have a turbo button, because they don't seem to like the turbo button that much. Now let's see what we got here. Oh, come on. Alright. Interesting packing job. Okay. Well, what we got here is a slot car controller for the commercial track. Over at Dallas Slot Cars. Whoops, let me pull the zoom back out again. There we go. Over at Dallas Slot Cars, I've been needing a controller that I could hook up to their track, and this looks like it should do the trick. This is kind of a cheaper one. It's not going to be super competitive, but it's going to give me something to get started with. So if any of you guys from Dallas Slot Cars are watching this, I'm coming for you. And that brings us down to the last thing. Always interesting how they box this stuff out of old boxes that they cut up and make into new boxes. Wow, so this thing is heavier than I expected. What I've got here is a tech plate, and it's designed so that you can put your slot car on there and kind of make sure it's sitting like it's supposed to, and the body's at the right height and all that stuff. I don't know, you can see it's got a slot there for the guide to fit into. And I guess supposedly these things are supposed to be made perfectly flat, so that you can take your measurements and all that stuff off of them in order to pass tech requirements at the commercial tracks or at standardized races. So there you go. I got my tech plate. I got my first controller. And I'm going to be coming for those guys over at Dallas Slot Cars. So you guys be ready for me. And everybody, thanks for watching.